Part 21.17, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. We continue our profound and enlightening journey through the heart of Surah Al-Anbiya, a sacred chapter that presents the universal and interconnected tapestry of divine guidance. In our last session, we were witnesses to the magnificent stories of prophets David and Solomon, peace be upon them, exploring their profound wisdom and judgment and the unique divine gifts of power and spiritual mastery that were bestowed upon them. The narrative of the Quran is a single, continuous, and magnificent river of truth. And today, the divine discourse leads us to new and equally profound accounts. We will continue our exploration of Prophet Solomon's unique station before moving to the heart-wrenching yet beautiful story of Prophet Jah, peace be upon him, a timeless lesson in immense patience and absolute trust in the divine. The surah then briefly mentions other prophets who were also beacons of steadfastness. We will delve into verses 81 to 85, which chronicle the immense and unparalleled power granted to Solomon and the unwavering faith and patience demonstrated by Job, Ishmael, Idris, and Dhul-Kifl, peace be upon them. These verses are a timeless and unforgettable lesson in the fact that while Allah, in His infinite wisdom, grants His chosen servants unique gifts and unique trials, the divine support and the ultimate reward for unwavering faith remain constant. Counsel Aman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets, 21 to 81, verse 81. And to Solomon we subjected the wind, blowing forcefully by his command to the land which we blessed. And we are of all things knowing. This verse is a powerful continuation of the discussion of Prophet Solomon's peace be upon him unique and unparalleled gifts. While the previous verse mentioned the subjugation of the birds and mountains to Prophet David, this verse details the control Prophet Solomon was granted over one of the most powerful forces of nature, the wind. The verse states, "And to Solomon we subjected the wind." The Arabic word riq for wind implies a force that is untamable and uncontrollable by human means. Yet Allah, in His infinite power, subjected it to Solomon's command. The wind blew, blowing forcefully, or akifa, to the land which Allah had blessed, which refers to the sacred lands of Syria and Palestine. This shows that His immense power was not for personal gain or a display of ego, but was a tool for His divine mission, allowing Him to travel with immense speed and efficiency to carry out His duties. This power was a tangible manifestation of a spiritual reality. When a human heart is in perfect alignment with the divine will, all of creation submits to its command. The verse concludes with a powerful statement of divine omnipresence. And we are of all things knowing. This serves as a reminder that these miraculous events, no matter how extraordinary they appear, are not a surprise to the Creator, for He is the ultimate source of all knowledge and power. The Sufi understands this as a lesson in spiritual authority, that a servant of Allah, through their complete surrender and devotion, can be granted a level of control over the physical world that far surpasses any worldly power. Al-Anbiya, the Prophets, 21 to 82. Verse 82. And of the devils were some who dove for him and did other work, and we were their guardians. This verse continues to unveil the unique and extraordinary blessings that were granted to Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him. While his control over the wind was a magnificent feat, this verse reveals an even more astonishing gift: his authority over the jinn, or devils. The verse states, "And of the devils were some who dove for him and did other work." The jinn are a race of beings created from smokeless fire, and they were subjugated to Prophet Solomon's command. Their work was not just limited to mundane tasks. They were commanded to do things that were physically impossible for humans, such as diving deep into the oceans to retrieve pearls and other treasures. The phrase "and did other work" implies a multitude of tasks, including the construction of magnificent buildings and monuments. This was a profound act of divine wisdom, as it showed that even the most rebellious and unseen of creations were ultimately under the complete authority of Allah and could be commanded to serve His righteous servants. The verse concludes with a profound statement of divine oversight. And we were their guardians. This shows that Prophet Solomon's power was not his own. It was a power granted to him by Allah, who is the ultimate controller and guardian of the jinn. This was a gift that was entirely dependent on Allah's will. The Sufi understands this as a lesson in divine provision. that Allah provides for his servants not only through natural means, but also through supernatural ones, and that his support is all-encompassing, protecting his righteous servants from both human and unseen enemies. Kenz al-Aman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets, 21-83, verse 83, and mention Job when he called to his Lord, "Indeed, adversity has afflicted me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful ones." This verse marks a significant and powerful shift in the narrative. From the stories of prophets who were granted immense worldly power to the story of a prophet whose immense power was his patience, the verse begins with a command to reflect upon the story of Prophet Job, peace be upon him, a figure whose name is synonymous with unwavering patience and immense suffering. His trial was one of the most severe in human history. He was afflicted with a devastating illness, and he lost his family, his wealth, and his health. Despite his immense suffering, he never complained or lost faith in his Creator. The verse recounts his profound and beautiful prayer. "Indeed, adversity has afflicted me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful ones." This prayer is a masterpiece of spiritual etiquette. He does not ask for anything directly. He simply states his condition, acknowledges his suffering, and then ends with a direct and intimate address to Allah as the most merciful of the merciful ones. He is not complaining. He is seeking refuge in the divine mercy, a mercy that he knows is infinite and boundless. He is placing his complete trust in Allah and his profound compassion. This prayer is a perfect example of spiritual surrender and humility. The Sufi understands this as a lesson in patience, sabr, and submission. That the true essence of faith is not just to ask for things from Allah, but to turn to Him in a state of complete surrender. Knowing that His mercy is all-encompassing, and that His plan is always for our ultimate good. Kenz al-Aman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets, 21-84, verse 84. So we responded to him and removed what was upon him of adversity. And we restored his family to him, and a like number with them, as a mercy from us, and a reminder for the worshippers. This verse is a magnificent and beautiful testament to the divine reward for Prophet Job's, peace be upon him, unwavering patience. The verse begins with a clear statement of Allah's response. So we responded to him. This shows that his profound and humble prayer was heard and answered. Allah then declares his miraculous intervention, and removed what was upon him of adversity. His illness was cured, his health was restored, and his body was made whole again. But the divine reward was not limited to his physical healing. Allah then says, and we restored his family to him, and a like number with them. Not only did Allah restore his lost family, but he also gave him a like number of children, a reward that was far beyond his original state. This was a magnificent and generous act of divine mercy. The verse concludes with a beautiful and profound statement of the purpose of this miracle. As a mercy from us and a reminder for the worshippers, this shows that the story of Prophet Job was not just for him. It was a timeless lesson for all believers. It was a testament to Allah's boundless mercy and a powerful reminder for all of those who are afflicted with a trial, that unwavering patience and sincere prayer will always be met with a divine reward. The Sufi understands this as a lesson in the spiritual fruits of patience. That a true believer's patience in the face of immense suffering is a spiritual key that unlocks the door to divine mercy and a reward that is unimaginable. Kenz al-Aman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets, 21-85, verse 85, and mention Ishmael and Idris and Dhul-Kifl, all of whom were of the patient. This final verse in our segment is a beautiful and concise testament to the profound spiritual quality of patience. The verse mentions 3 more prophets, Ishmael, Idris, and Dhul-Kifl, peace be upon them. It does not go into detail about their stories, but rather connects them all under a single, powerful and profound quality, all of whom were of the patient. The Arabic word koburn for patient implies a state of being completely and utterly steadfast, enduring and unwavering in the face of adversity. This verse serves as a powerful reminder that patience is not a passive quality, but an active and spiritual force that is essential to the prophetic mission. Prophet Ishmael, peace be upon him, showed immense patience during the trial of being sacrificed by his father. Prophet Idris, peace be upon him, was known for his immense patience in teaching and guiding his people. And Prophet Dhul-Kifl, peace be upon him, is known for his immense patience and steadfastness in his duties as a prophet and a leader. This verse reminds us that while the trials of the prophets were different, their spiritual foundation was the same, a deep and unwavering patience that was rooted in their absolute trust in Allah. The Sufi understands this as a lesson in the spiritual hierarchy, that the quality of patience is a key component of the character of the greatest of Allah's servants and is a virtue that all believers must strive to cultivate. Hadith. A powerful hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari, Book 75, Hadith 350, beautifully complements this account. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A believer is a man of patience. Indeed, a believer is the one who, when a blessing is bestowed upon him, is grateful, and when a calamity befalls him, is patient." And he is rewarded for both of these things. This hadith highlights the immense spiritual reward for patience and serves as a timeless reminder that the trials and tribulations of this world are, in fact, a source of immense spiritual good for the believer who responds with unwavering patience. Hadith, narrated by Abu Huraira. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "There is no fatigue, nor disease, nor sorrow, nor sadness, nor hurt, nor distress that befalls a Muslim, even if it were a thorn that pricks him, but Allah will remove some of his sins on account of it." Sahih al-Bukhari, Book 75, Hadith 350. This hadith beautifully complements the story of Prophet Job and the other patient prophets, highlighting that every trial and tribulation, no matter how small, is a source of immense spiritual purification and a means of drawing closer to Allah. Let us now supplicate, drawing from the profound lessons of these verses, asking Allah to grant us a deeper understanding and to guide our every step. O Allah, the Lord of Job, we seek from you the patience and endurance that you granted to your beloved prophets. When the trials of this world afflict us, make us of those who turn to you in complete submission and humility. Grant us a heart that is content with your decree and a soul that is at peace with its destiny, O most merciful. Remove from us all forms of adversity, and if you will, reward us with a patience that is pure and unwavering. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. The peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Amin.